Welcome to the course of Web Technology. I am Rupsha Sen, your guide and lecturer for this particular course. So, in the previous lecture, we have had a very basic idea of web technology. We have created a basic HTML document, saved it, and executed it. So, for this lecture, we will discuss the basics of HTML, why we should learn HTML, what are the advantages of it, what are the disadvantages of it, what are the features of hypertext markup languages, etc. etc. So, the features of HTML. First of all, it is easy to learn and easy to use. This language is very easy to learn and easy to use for the freshers. That means for the newcomers or for the very freshers, uh, if you are a fresher and you want to design a web page, you want to set your career to design web pages, at first you have to know hypertext markup language. That means the HTML. It is platform independent. That means wherever you use it, wherever you create a web page, that doesn't matter. That means if you are running a particular web page in Windows, it will also run or it will also execute the same as well in your MacBook. Images, videos and audios can be added to a web page. If you go if you go to search in your search engine the food photography pages, it includes the dishes, the images of a particular dish to a web page. If you go for any music oriented or any movie oriented web page, it will include the videos of that particular movie and the audios as well. Hypertext can be added to a text. That means in most of the web pages, if you noticed that for downloading this file, click here, and the click here, the particular click here text has been underlined and in a blue color. Okay, and it includes a hyperlink. That means that particular web page has that hyperlink. So if you click on that particular text called click here, the particular downloaded file will be downloaded to your system. So hypertext can be added to a text, and how to do it we will gradually know. It is a markup language. Definitely it is a markup language. To design a web page you have to create many of editings, many of stylings. So it is definitely a markup language. So why we should learn HTML? There are various web technology tools we can learn it, but why we should learn HTML, the hypertext markup language? The very first point is it is a simple markup language. There are various web technology languages, but HTML, hypertext markup language, is a very simple markup language. Its implementation is very much easy for the freshers. It is used to create a website, definitely. Helps in developing fundamentals about web programming and boost professional career. As I said before, that if you want to set your career for web designing, this is the very first language you should know and you have to know and you must know, the HTML, Hypertext Markup Language. So what are the advantages? A particular technology has advantages and disadvantages as well. So at very first, we have to know the advantages of Hypertext Markup Language. Hypertext Markup Language is used to build websites. We all know that. It's supported by all the browsers. That means if you want to execute a particular HTML file in Google Chrome, it will execute. If you want to execute that file in Mozilla Firefox, it will also execute. It can be integrated with other languages like CSS, Cascading Style Sheet, JavaScript, etc. We will gradually know what is Cascading Style Sheet and JavaScript in our following lectures. So as I said before, a particular technology have advantages and disadvantages, or we can say the drawbacks. So what are the drawbacks of Hypertext Markup Language? As Hypertext Markup Language is a very simple markup language, it consists of large amount of code, as it is very simple. HTML, Hypertext Markup Language, cannot create dynamically. It is a static web page. That means you cannot execute it dynamically. It's a static web page. For dynamic web pages, other languages have to be used. And as it is execute in static web pages, the security features is not so good. So these are the small amount of disadvantages of HTML, Hypertext Markup Language. But remember one thing. As I said before, I will say to you again that if you want to set your career for designing web pages, at the very first step, you have to know, you should know, and you must know Hypertext Markup Language, HTML. Now, before saying thank you, I will execute a web page in front of you. This particular web page we have created in our previous lecture, and I will show you how to execute it in various kinds of various kinds of browsers, web browsers. So at first we will run it. Save it desktop. We will run it. Right click on it and open with, first of all, Google Chrome, and as you can see, my first web page, the title, and we have executed it in Google Chrome. Now we will see that particular web page in Firefox. It will open in a very short time. Yes, as you can see, sorry, one more. Yes, as you can see, my first web page. That means that particular web page has been opened or has been displayed, has been executed in Mozilla Firefox. We will also execute it in Internet Explorer, the very basic web browser in every kind of system. Okay, it will open. Just wait for amount of time. It will gradually open. As you can see, the Internet Explorer has been opened, and where's the file? Yes. So as you can see, my first web page, that particular web page has been opened or has been displayed in Internet Explorer. So in Google Form, my first web page, in Mozilla Firefox, my first web page, and in the Internet Explorer as well, my first web page has been displayed. So as you can see, the web pages has been displayed in various kind of web browsers. As I promised you to execute it in different browsers, as it supported by all the browsers, so I have done my work. So thank you so much for attending this lecture. I will see you on the next lecture. Thank you.